Cofer?
Cofer, C-O-F-E-R.
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you. Go ahead and have a seat.
Hi, Ms. Cofer.
Hello.
Ms. Cofer, I just want to ask you a few brief questions. If you just wouldn't mind telling us where you live,
Satilla Shores,
how long have you lived there?
since 1976.
1976. What road do you live off of?
Satilla Drive. I live on Satilla Drive.
Okay. Have you ever been involved with any of the Facebook pages associated with Satilla Shores?
Yes, I'm a member of the Satilla Shores homeowners page.
Oh, I see. And any other types of pages that involve the Exit 29 area or the Satilla Shores area?
Some time back, I was a member of the Exit 29 News Facebook page, but I elected to come off of that because I felt they were brutal,
Too much information?
rude.
Rude, just people being rude on social media.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. What kind of neighborhood is Satilla Shores, generally speaking?
A rural, pleasant neighborhood. I don't know for
That's
sure.
fair.
I don't
Fair.
know really what you're looking for.
Okay. The types of people that live in the neighborhood presently and over the last couple of years?
Families, all ages. It's my impression that we have a socioeconomic mix and also ethnicity mix. It's been a pleasant place to live all these years, and a lot of families, retired people.
Very good. Do you know Travis McMichael or Greg McMichael?
No.
Okay. So I'm not going to ask you any questions about them, but I do want to ask you a couple more questions about the neighborhood and the Facebook page.
Okay.
Have you ever used the Facebook page as a source to get information about crime in the neighborhood?
As I observe the Facebook page, there are many kinds of information we see, and often there would be reports of utility issues or crime issues as someone reported them according to their opinion.
Did you get a sense that what you were reading on the Facebook page about crime specifically, who was reporting about crime on the Facebook page?
Residents.
Okay. Did you get a sense about what kind of crime was happening in your neighborhood?
Based on what I saw on Facebook for the Satilla Shores,
I'm going to object at this point to hearsay from Facebook unless this witness has personal knowledge of actual crime.
Do you have personal knowledge of actual crime?
I do not.
Okay. Did you use the Facebook page, though, to learn about whether crime had been committed in your neighborhood?
Yes.
Okay. Did you at all try to pay attention to the type of crime so that you could try to make decisions about how you might need to protect yourself from crime?
And objection, Your Honor. This witness has testified that she does not know any of these defendants, so we would object to her testimony as irrelevant at this point.
She's being offered as a resident of the neighborhood where she's learning through Facebook about things that are ongoing and how it's impacted her.
It's sustained. I mean, she's already testified to what her opinions were of Facebook. She doesn't know the defendants, doesn't know anything about what social media they would have been engaged in. So we're not just talking about what her knowledge of crime in the neighborhood may have been. It's sustained.
Did you post on Facebook after reading things from people about crime?
I think once or twice I did.
Why did you do that?
I don't know if there's a reason why anybody posts on Facebook. I don't know.
Did you ever be?
Judge, I would renew my objection to this line of questioning as irrelevant, Judge.
Well, you take it further. I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Do you recall making statements about trying to help catch the people who were committing crimes in the neighborhood by hiding in a car and surprising them?
There was one time, there was a remark, something on Facebook about the activity that someone was reporting
Right.
of what took place in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And I think I said on Facebook one time something about they had said people were breaking into vehicles. What I read was they said that.
Right.
And then I said something to the effect of, wouldn't it be funny if someone hid in a car and surprised them?
Right. Did you share posts on Facebook yourself about crime happening in the neighborhood as a way to be a good neighbor?
Yes.
Okay.
Not my own experience,
own,
but
that's right.
shared someone else's.
Fair enough. And did you post on this account to help neighbors understand about some of the crime that was going on, not just in the area, but also in Satilla Shores?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Did you post on the Satilla Shores Facebook page to also notify other neighbors about crime that had been happening in Satilla Shores?
Yes.
Objection to leaving, Your Honor.
Well, yeah, let's keep her on direct.
Did you become aware of some squatters or individuals living under the bridge near Satilla Shores?
Yes, one.
One, did you make some comments about that on Facebook as well, or discuss that with neighbors? Do
I
you
think
recall?
on Facebook I made a remark when someone said something about people they didn't recognize being in the neighborhood and things coming up missing, that I had made a remark it could have been someone, I knew someone was living under the bridge, because as I went by boat, I saw trash and I saw a person there under the bridge living there, and I thought it was possible someone had come off the highway and come into our neighborhood since it's a county road.
And do you own a firearm?
I do.
Do you have a carry permit?
No, mine's expired since COVID.
Ah, okay. All right. One moment now. I'm just.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you passed the witness. Yeah, no, I don't. I thought you passed the witness. I'm sorry.
My apologies, Ms. Cofer. Just give me one moment. That's all I have. Thank you. They may have a question for
Okay,
you.
open the stand.
Just briefly, Judge. Hi, Ms. Cofer.
Hello.
My name is Larissa Ollivierre. I'm one of the prosecutors on the case, okay? I just have a couple questions for you. Were you personally the victim of any crime?
Not in over 30 years,
In over 30 years, and you were living in Satilla Shores for how long?
since 1976.
Okay, so since then, you're not personally a victim of any crime, right?
Well, since 1976 I was, but it's been more than 30 years ago
Okay,
that I was a victim of any crime.
okay. Do you believe that someone stealing is deserving of death penalty, Mr. Cofer?
Relevance, Your Honor.
I'll
In the
withdraw the
law.
question, Judge.
No, that's we've got a motion to make at this point.
I mean,
Finish the examination of the witness.
we're done.
That's all I have for Mrs. Cofer. Thank you.
Ben, you can go ahead and sit down. I'm sorry. I'll let her go. Any regret.
No, thank
You can
you.
go ahead and sit down. Thank you, ma'am. You can go ahead and step down. Is she subject to recall?
She is not subject to recall.
Thank you, ma'am. You are excused. Ladies and gentlemen, we're to get breaking point for lunch. We will, let's recess for an hour. We'll plan to get back to the evidence at 12:45. Again, during the recess, do not discuss this case amongst yourselves. Enjoy your lunch, and we'll see you in an hour. Thank you.
It's all right for the jury. Please be seated.
Your Honor, I have a motion. Thank you. I would ask the court, on behalf of Greg McMichael, that the jury be brought back in after lunch, that in front of the jury, Ms. Ollivierre be admonished for asking a question that she knew or certainly ought to have known was impermissible, as was clear by the fact that she made no attempt to defend it. And number two, that the jury be instructed to disregard that question and whatever feelings it might have made them have. And I will state for the record, because we don't have daily reports coming out, that the question was, do you believe that someone stealing is deserving of the death penalty? It's inappropriate, it's incendiary, it's prejudicial, it's improper, and we ask that she be sanctioned in front of the jury for having done that in any case, but in such a serious case.
We join you.
Your Honor, I'd join in that motion, and if I can have the lunch recess to confer with counsel without waiving the issue, I don't understand why we're not moving why there wasn't a motion for a mistrial. I don't know how you cure that, but given all the time that we've put into this trial, and I'm talking about everybody in the judicial system, before making that motion, if the court will allow me, I'd like to have the lunch break to confer. Maybe there's something I'm missing here, that's not the appropriate thing to ask for. But if I have to do it now or lose it, then I'm going to move for a mistrial.
How about this? You've reserved it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And we'll stay before we recess.
Just for the record that juror 12 paid attention fully, was totally engaged, and absolutely no issues with juror 12 during this period.
Watching juror 12, and that accurately reflects the court's observations of juror number 12 also during the...
Your Honor, I'm having trouble hearing you.
That accurately reflects the court's observations of juror number 12 during the second half of the morning's proceedings. All right, we are in recess for an hour. I will take the matter under advisement. At some point, I would like to hear from the state on that question. Maybe we'll do it when we come back after lunch.
Your Honor, without pushing the court, I would ask that if the court wishes to hear from the state, from the prosecutor who made that remark, that she be asked to respond to it now, just as we needed to provide this request at the moment that it happened and contemporaneous with the error.
Fair enough. Anything from the state?
Your Honor, I'm not sure what you're asking.
Why you asked that question?
That the question, what do you believe someone who steals is subject to the death penalty?
Yes, Your Honor. I believed it was an appropriate question for Ms. Cofer, given that I had her on cross-examination. I thought it was an appropriate question.
Matters under advisement. We are in recess.